Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the best ways to make MT here early in Season 2 in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM, because especially if you're a no money spent player, you got to make MT to be able to keep your lineup up to date, especially if you're trying to compete online, have a good squad for King of the Court, that type of stuff. So, before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, tons of consistent daily MyTEAM content. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. First things first, I know I have a whole video already breaking this down on my channel, but Domination is the place to go for MT. Plain and simple. You knock this Domination out, you get a really good card in KCP, you get a ton of badge packs, you're going to make a good chunk of MT each game, 10,000 MT per division you complete as well, 15,000 MT at the end. The last 3 games likely will have additional MT prizes or additional ways to make MT. You're going to make 250,000 MT just from completing Domination. So that's a big chunk of MT that is 100% worth doing, considering it takes you maybe 15 hours to complete as a whole, and you get a really good card in KCP that will make a ton of people's teams better. So number one, Domination is the place to go for MT. Also, if you haven't completed Era's Domination, like I haven't, I'm not probably going to do it myself, but if you are in need of MT, that's the way to do it. I have a video on my channel breaking down how to complete Era's Domination easier, because it is on a harder difficulty than the other 2 Dominations, and it's very tough to do on next gen. So I got a video breaking that down as well on my channel if y'all are interested in that. But Domination is still the place to go for MT, number one. If you're looking to make MT, that's the first place I would go in terms of making MT playing the game. Number 2, 2K did do a pretty good job of updating Showdown and Triple Threat Park rewards this season to where there are actually things that are more worth grinding for. And as you progress, number one, the weekly prizes are a bit better. They're not unbelievable, but they are a bit better. But you also have good seasonal prizes, 15-win prizes, 60-win prizes, 120-win prizes that include big chunks of MT at each spot. 25,000 MT at 60 wins, 120 wins gives you 50,000 MT. And I know that's not super realistic for a lot of people. Like, that's not something that's going to be super duper easy to do for a lot of the community, but overall, it's a good way to make MT as well, is completing these game modes, especially if your favorite game mode is Showdown or your favorite game mode is Triple Threat Park, because you will get solid rewards from playing those modes, and especially Triple Threat Park because, number one, it's less sweaty than Showdown, and number 2, you get more MT for the amount of time you spend per game in Triple Threat Park. You can get, if you make 5 threes a game, you can get, what, 800-ish MT per game, so that actually can add up over time. That chunk of MT, definitely more time, more MT for your time in Park than Showdown. So Park is really the main mode that I'd recommend grinding for the vast majority of the community. You can get that 95 plus hidden gem for getting 500 wins, obviously, but other rewards include premium player packs, which admittedly are unsellable, but then 25,000 MT at 50 Park wins. I think you get a 50,000 MT at 200 Park wins. Exactly. Another Hoff badge option pack, which may not be MT in itself, but you can add Hoff badges on a player to soup them up to try to sell them for more on the auction house. There's a variety of different ways that you can make MT in this game, and a variety of different ways playing the game that you will get rewarded with making MT. Now, I will say this. They did not update breakout rewards as far as I can tell. At least they didn't make it significantly better. And King of the Court, as of right now, has no changes to the rewards from Season 1 versus Season 2. So those 2 things are definitely disappointing in terms of the potential to make MT with those modes. I'm not a big fan of breakout this year. I'm just not. And King of the Court, while I think is okay, I think the rewards at this point are not particularly good, considering literally only one person gets a truly worthwhile, truly good reward. So it's definitely something that I think has to be kept in mind, is the mediocrity of the rewards in those modes, which is something that is unfortunate. Now, additionally, your best way of making MT without playing the game, obviously, is going to be working the auction house. Now, when I say working the auction house, I mean sniping. And I think you can bid snipe late at night, where you bid for cards that go for super expensive, try to get them for cheaper late at night if you have bigger sums of MT. If you have smaller sums of MT, doing things like sniping the cards from this past weekend's set, because there's going to be a lot of them getting posted. Sniping them for cheaper than they're going for by a decent enough chunk to make a profit is a great way to go, for example, because you can get a lot of easy snipes for several hundred MT profit in a lot of areas, especially on these higher tier cards, because the higher tier cards will go for more. For example, you could snipe Trevor Ariza's, or you can snipe the rubies, who are going for, I don't exactly know how much they're going for right now. And again, I'm not a huge sniper. It's not really my thing, but you can make good profit from sniping things like this. And you'll be able to, like, if you can snipe these guys for under 2,000 MT, you're going to make a good chunk of profit per card you snipe. And I think these filters are also easier to find cards on. There's also filters that you can do, such as the diamond filter, where you look for a buyout diamond going for 100,000 MT exactly. You look for cards that are, and you scroll and look for cards at the end of the 3 hours and see who pops up for 100,000 MT. Or you can snipe the diamond lowest filter, which is basically where you go until there's only a couple diamonds up for a buyout, and then you snipe there and look for cards being posted for cheaper than they normally would. So for example, if I put this diamond filter right here, we got 45,000 MT. We scroll through here and look for guys who might be going for 60 or 70K, and you can make good MT from that. Sniping based on challenges, where they drop team-specific challenges. For example, if they drop a challenge that says, get rebounds with Heat players, Heat player bigs are going to go up in price. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure if there's a great example of that right now. I can go check the challenges and see if there is, but there have been several challenges like that in season 1. And if you get those types of challenges, I don't believe there is in this set specifically, but I do think as a whole, if you get these types of challenges throughout the season, these can be great opportunities to make a lot of MT by sniping those cards because they're going to go up in price. And that's another area where you could potentially make a lot of MT because a lot of people may not know those cards have gone up in price. Post them for their normal prices, especially like base cards and things of that nature, and it can get easier and better. And just you can find a lot of easy snipes and a lot of easy MT in that way. Another thing that people often overlook is their collection. And I actually went through my collection and sold a bunch of stuff yesterday and made like maybe 30K from doing it. But literally, if you go through your collection and scroll, you will have so many badges and shoes, especially like gold shoes. Quick sell every single shoe that is gold and below in your collection. Basketballs often sell for more, especially these emerald basketballs and the ruby basketballs. Those will sell for a good chunk. Arenas, jerseys, things like that can all sell for a decent chunk. And sometimes they don't sell for much. And so you quick sell them and just take whatever MT you can. But sometimes some of these items do actually sell for quite a lot of MT, even takeovers. Now that takeovers are becoming more used more widely in my team, a lot of these takeovers, especially good takeovers like shooting takeovers, have become more valuable as well. And so there's a lot of different ways to make a lot of MT. I think Glass Gunner is a bad example because I think that's the one they gave away in the see, here you go, Splash Tower. This is a 2000 MT's takeover right here. There's takeovers like this throughout your collection. There's so many things that maybe you might be overlooking right now that are easy ways to make MT in your collection. Jerseys sell for a lot and quick sell for a lot. Even players, like lower tier players in your collection. Maybe you have a Gems of the Game player sitting here or there. I know Channing Frye isn't going to sell for a ton, but a guy like Channing Frye, I'm not using him right now. I could throw him up on the auction house and sell him. All these types of things will make you MT, and it will all build up and enable you to have a lot more MT than you probably think. And so make sure you're keeping your blinder cleaned out. Make sure you're potentially looking to snipe if you're more of a no money spent player, trying to find these snipe filters. Play these filters as new challenges come out and the market changes and stuff like that. Bid sniping if you have larger amounts of MT, trying to snipe cards late at night for much cheaper than they normally would so that you can sell them back later and make a good chunk of MT profit. Again, if you're playing the game, Domination is the place to be. I think Showdown and especially Triple Threat Park are also good, pretty rewarding modes, especially Triple Threat Park right now. And so, while I think there is a lot of progress to still be made in this mode, and that's something that I will probably drop a video on tomorrow, there are some good ways to make MT here in Season 3, and I hope this video does give y'all a good picture of a lot of those different ways to be trying to make MT. And I think I said Season 3, I meant Season 2. With that being said, that is what we're going to call the video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.